Mm, Hello.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right. I'm gonna reintroduce myself. My name is Erin Wagner. Um, I'm a counselor, as you know. My role is to help figure out, and guide you through your problems. Are you in a safe space where you feel comfortable t talking in a counseling setting?
Yes, I am.
All right. Um, so our session will be roughly 45 minutes. Um, Before we begin, though, I want to begin with some mindfulness so we can have an easier time being grounded during the session. Do you have a piece of paper with you?
Sure.
I just need you to draw a square on it.
Where?
Let me know when you're all good.
Okay, I have a square.
All right, we're gonna do what is called box breathing. The top and bottom of our square will be our inhales, and the sides will be our exhales. So we're just gonna breathe in at the top and follow the lines of the square. And one more. Let me know when you're done.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. So thank you for joining me with that.
You're
Um,
welcome.
I know that we discussed last week um mourning and your family specifically mourning or not having the time to properly mourn your late brother. Um, Tell me, what else did you draw from that session?
Um, I just really talked about him
Mm-hmm.
and not being able to properly grieve him,
Mm-hmm.
or like now lately I'm a little more settled down and I haven't been able to grieve him, I guess. That's what I really got from it.
Mm-hmm. I also know we talked about um towards the end, you came up with the idea yourself to maybe be more proactive in scheduling more family events where perhaps the morning was part of the gathering itself. Have you done any of that since the
Yeah,
last session?
so
Okay.
me and my my cousins. My birthday is coming up next month, so we scheduled a trip to Jamaica.
Ooh, okay. Well, happy early
Yeah.
birthday.
Thank you.
And you want this gathering to be kind of centered around family and almost like kind of, I don't want to say kind of or almost, but mourning and having that closure together.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
I said, like life is good, so um, sometimes I think, why isn't he, here with us, and
Mhm.
just to celebrate him.
Yeah, of course. Um, is that something that you would like to discuss more, or is there something else that brings you into counseling today?
Um, we could discuss it more. I mean, I don't really have too much going on. That was just at the time, that was just something that was bothering me about him. Like whenever I go on vacation, that he's not here, or like I'm about to have my third graduation, he's not going to be here to, celebrate it with us. And sometimes like I said, I just question, why isn't he here? He was a good person. He never raped anybody. He never killed anybody. Like I said, he was so well known in New York, hospital that they even dedicated a memorial to him.
Hmm.
They got his sculpture up there, and that's a place where people could go if they need to feel happy in New York hospital. So it's like if he was such a good person, then why isn't he here, you know? So that's just something I've been like thinking about lately as I'm in this grad program,
Yeah.
wanting it to come up like why haven't I grieved it, or why did that happen? And next semester I'm taking trauma as a class, so I'm looking forward to like I'm actually excited to take that class to dig deeper into trauma and stuff like that. So but other than that, I really didn't have, that's my only issue with that I had at that moment. That's really it. I don't really, let things bother me, or like I said, I'm a teacher. I'm on vacation. I'm stress free. I started my own business this summer in graduate school. So I don't, that was just something that really resonated. Like, why haven't we,
Hmm.
dealt with it? Or, like, why did it happen, I guess?
Could you elaborate on those feelings? From what I'm getting from what you're telling me, there's like a bit of frustration coming into why isn't he here, experiencing this with me. Could you elaborate on that for me, please?
I don't know if it's just, I don't think it's frustration. I think it's grief.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, it's not frustration. It's just like wondering because he died in 2007.
Hmm.
So, like I said, my son was born since then. I graduated since then. Things happened since then. And it's like he has always been like the first person to show up. If I needed some diapers from Costco's, he's there.
Hmm.
If I needed him in the hospital, he was there. So it's not frustration, it's just grief. It's like now that we finally all well off and we're doing well, it's like, why isn't he here? You know?
Okay. I ask that because like grief is a very big concept. I did some research after our session looking into like grief counseling techniques. Um, and grief is, from what I've been seeing, is it's a big mix of like a lot of emotions, and anger and guilt and regret are all part of them, and they all are very normal parts of the grief process, along
Mhm.
with like that empty, sad feeling that we typically associate with grieving. Um, and I just want some clarification on that part, but thank you.
You're
Uh,
welcome. I would say it's not frustration because he was a wonderful person. He died doing what he loved, riding motorcycles. And I
mhm.
can't tell you, a lot of people live life doing what they love. So one thing I would say is maybe sadness.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Yeah.
and
Like
that's a normal part.
yeah, not frustration, sadness.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying with me.
You're
Um,
welcome.
I know that we also, during our discussion last session, we talked about living life authentically with that love for life and love for people. But now that we're having this session, I realize now that that is a very abstract concept. Um, so I think, um, hmm, could you tell me about like the values that he had, and perhaps how those have come into your life? What values did
Um,
we learn from them, and how can we translate that?
he was a loving, caring person. Like I said, at his funeral, they bought a busload of his colleagues from the hospital. They
Hmm.
rented a charter bus.
Hmm.
So it was not like anybody that had anything to say anything bad about him.
Hmm.
So he was loved. He was loved and he loved. He would give you the shirt off of his back. Um, I think at the time, because I had just had kids, got married, was graduating from school, we didn't really get to like sit in it. But now that life is like I said, life is good, and for me and my family, we just sometimes wonder why is he not here? I
Hmm.
guess it's normal for someone we love is lost. So he's not here.
Yes. So I want to not only let you have that moment, but also discuss how we can solidify bringing that value that he had in love and being loved and loving in turn. Um, how do you describe like that kind of love? Is it kindness, genuineness, authenticity? How would you describe that kind of love?
He is loved, like kind. He'll give you everything he had. Like I said, they don't make people like him no more in this world.
Hmm.
Um, he he loved his patients. He loved his bikes. He
Hmm.
loved.
Hmm.
So, he was kind. He was a kind person. Like I said, he was always the first person to show up when you was going through it or whatever.
Hmm. So I I'm hearing a lot of amazing things about your brother. Um, and I think you have a wonderful opportunity to carry on that love, um, especially as a teacher and as somebody who's in a school counseling program. You
Hmm.
have so much opportunities to give that same love to your students. Um, and that's carrying the same value that he had. And that's how we can also remember our loved ones is continuing to carry those values that they held closely.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely do that. I try to be more like him because he was definitely a better person than me. So,
Could you tell me about that?
better person than me.
Or how you're showing off the love now, and why you think he's better than you.
I show, okay, go ahead.
No, 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 no. That was
I show it like showing up for the kids. Like, I
Mhm,
love the kids. They keep me grounded. My children are big. They're 28 and one's about to turn 19. And working with kids who are diverse, that
mhm,
come from all different backgrounds. I love it. Like
mhm,
I said, I love seeing people win. I love watching them learn. I get excited when they have a goal and then they make their goal, or on my fridge, I have every note that students have ever written me saying, thank you for showing me, you helped me with math. And they draw a picture of a desk and me and them at the desk, me helping them. I get excited when someone who doesn't speak English learns their multiplication and they're excited. So that brings like joy to me, especially me approaching the age that I am. I don't look at retirement like retirement. I look at it like, no, I'm just growing in wisdom. So that's the way I give back to our children, helping them become like better leaders, even when the odds is stacked against them, to be that voice to like advocate for them. So that's how I give back
that is truly
through him.
wonderful.
Thank you.
And what? might be baffling to me is that you said earlier that you th that he was a better person than you are. But you're doing all of this, you're showing all this kindness. How long have you been in working in schools?
4, 12, 13, 14, 15 years. This is year 15.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you've been doing that. You've been showing that love for 15 years. And that's truly wonderful. And I don't think that I don't I don't want to say anything rude, but I think you guys are on the same level as when it comes to giving the love. I think that like from what I've heard about your brother and what you're telling me here, you both are truly wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, he had a lot of patience. I'm still working on the patience piece, you
Hmm.
know. He had a lot of patience, and like what I said, when I say that, like if you are going through something, he was the first one there. He was literally, what do you want? What do you need? Costco's. He's coming through your door with all the stuff from Costco. So,
Hmm.
um, I'm working on my patience. So,
And I appreciate that that
and
is
it,
a value you're working on.
Yeah, and I think the program, the counseling program is like grounding me. Like I have the teaching part of it. Now I'm getting the counseling part of it. So now I'm not just looking at it like, oh, it's just gonna stop as me becoming a school counselor. I'm looking at it like where can I move on with my legacy, advocacy. It's just I'm learning. So patience is growing somewhere in there.
Hmm. And that's great. Could you also, I know you've worked with reflection. Remind me, you do journaling, right?
Yeah, I love journaling.
All right.
Yeah.
Um, so how are we practicing patience? Like, how are we
Uh,
practicing that?
well, last semester I got into really breathing and meditating
Mm-hmm.
along with journaling. So something I took away from another professor that she taught us was to journal, reflect. It's not just a word, it really is a thing, reflection. So now throughout the day, I make myself reflect on my day, my thoughts, what I'm feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Those are wonderful tools to have. Um, have you tried perhaps memorializing all of these reflections that we're having currently about your brother? Have you tried putting those into journaling? Because that might give you the same moment to grieve and some closure.
I have. I have. I take time alone and I reflect on it. And one of the things we're going to do is when we go to Jamaica, because Jamaica was like his favorite island. So we're gonna sit and have like maybe some grounding exercises about him. I don't know how we're gonna. I'm still working on it. Like after I close this semester out, I'm gonna figure out a way we can make him more his memory not be so distant, if
Mm,
that makes sense. That's like either having dinner by the beach, listening to the waves, burning some sage, whatever, Because I
mm.
know he loved Jamaica. He loved Jamaican music. He loved Bob Marley. So that's something I have planned, the museum. And that's really it.
I would love to hear about that.
Yes, you
Sounds like
will.
a wonderful way to remember and not only remember your brother and the past and like really let those emotions exist, but to also become closer with the people that come with you.
Yeah, through him. I guess
Mhm.
that's the way we come in, we're bonding too. we're coming to, it's my birthday, but everybody knew me and him, we were thick as thieves.
Mm,
And we're going to be bonding like through him too.
it's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Hmm. Who all will be there?
My brother, my cousin, my little sister, my sister's flying over from Trinidad and Tobago. My aunt from Texas is coming. And as we developing this quick plan, more people is joining the roster. So the more the better.
Yeah. Have you been orchestrating this gathering?
No, not really. It
Okay.
just took a turn on its own. It's my birthday, and I said, where would he like to go?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Jamaica. And since then, me and my cousin been working on it. And as we work on it, more people is like, send me the hotel and the dates, and they're booking their own thing. Because one thing I have is boundaries too. I'm not getting, it's my birthday. I'm celebrating me and I'm celebrating freedom and life. I'm not getting caught up in who's here, who's not. It's if you're here, you here. We're gonna have fun. If you're not here, see you when I see you. You missed it. So the most I'm doing is sending people the dates
Mm-hmm.
in the hotel. That's it. So it's like taking on its own life of itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's becoming this massive to get together from what I'm hearing. Um,
Yeah,
but what really caught my attention was how you emphasized the freedom part of it. Could you tell me about that freedom part?
sure. I had breast cancer. So like this is gonna be year three, 2 years ago. I got diagnosed with stage zero, stage one breast cancer. God is good. We caught it early. We
Mm-hmm.
caught it by luck, honestly. So at first it was kind of like nerve-wracking because then I had like 100 doctors on me. But um we got through it. I was able to get it taken out. I had the number three surgeon in the United States. People fly from Egypt to have him, Sheldon Felder, and he made me feel like we got this. And once I just put that in my faith in his hands, it was like smooth. They took it out. I was down for maybe about a week, but by next week we were starting radiation. I was actually the kids, like I said, kids keep me grounded. I was going back and forth to work. I was going to work, then going to radiation. Walking home from radiation, going to work, going to radiation. What for 3 weeks. And then next thing you know, that was 3 years later. Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing that with me.
you're welcome.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I couldn't share it because like 3 years ago, it was like, what? The cancer? Everybody hears the C word and they get stuck. But then, like, I did walks and I'm like, hold up, you beat it. Like, you got out. You're a survivor. That's big. That's a big thing. So
Hmm.
now I wear it like as a badge of honor for the people who don't have a voice or the people that didn't beat it or the people that's trying to beat it. I'm like an example. Like, you could beat it, you know?
I think, oh my goodness, you're just all this like loving kindness is just coming and coming during the session. And you're
Yeah.
truly a wonderful person. And I think that's another
Thank you.
avenue that we can continue to show up for people. Because I know that
Yeah.
there's Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm sure you're all in it.
October. I got even my school. This is to tell you how much of a leader I am.
Hmm.
My school was calling me, texting me behind me, right? So since then, we started a walk every year. Now this is gonna be year four. We walk. We walk around the building. We put on pink and we walk around the building.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
And I want to loop back to the Jamaica trip and this freedom that you're celebrating is very powerful, but I think that while we're doing this moment of closure and mourning with everybody and celebrating with everybody, that's how we can find more freedom
More
in.
freedom.
There's always more
Mhm.
to have.
As always, you think you got it, but then here comes some more, and then you can grab a little more. I'm learning that
Mm-hmm.
the universe is teaching me that.
Apologies. We'll keep going. Um, so, um, I did kind of notice earlier, um, you mentioned like you're not gonna sweat the whether or not people are coming. You're not gonna sweat like, oh, you're not here. But I've noticed that that is a big statement while we're talking about your brother. Could you tell me more about how, like, the difference
I
between that?
said, oh, I meant like it. Like I said, the trip it started off with being my birthday and celebrating him too, celebrating freedom. So what I meant was I have boundaries. You asked me, I think you asked me, am I planning it?
Hmm.
Am I put But it's just taking on a life of its own. But one thing I have is like the boundaries, and I'm not going to be stressed out if people come or they don't come. If you can make it, fine. If you can't make it, it's okay too. So when I say I'm not going to sweat it, like if you're not, we're at dinner on
Hmm.
a beautiful beach in the Caribbean. I'm not gonna stress myself on who's there and who's not. Maybe you can make it next year. So that's what I mean. I'm not sweating it. Like it's not like targeted to nobody, like like intentional. No,
Yeah, and
that means that that's my boundary, and I'm not gonna be stressed out. It's my birthday. I try to stay grounded in the present. So yeah.
great that we're talking about this and planning for the future and discussing the past, your late brother, your breast cancer journey. Um, and you're saying yourself you're very grounded in the present. Um, and I'm trying to my train of thought, sorry.
No,
I
it's okay.
had
Take your
something
time.
briefly. Um, have you done any more tangible ways of memorializing your late brother? Perhaps like a physical thing is what I mean by tangible. Um, like pictures, stuff like that, stuff that you can see and remember him by.
Yeah, I told you we have I think last session I told you I have a chain. I went to Carousel. I don't think I have the chain.
Mhm.
So it's a gold chain. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it?
Oh, that's
I went to
beautiful.
Carousel. I took him with me to Carousel.
Mhm.
His pictures, we have pictures all over the house. We did t-shirts before. We did balloons. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Um, During my research on techniques for grief counseling, I came across memorializing. And
Okay.
I think there's ways that it can be done through journaling, which you have already discussed that you do. But sometimes it also revolves around specific stories that we remember.
Mm,
like childhood and stuff that we want to pass on to people. And I'm hearing a lot of like everything about the memorial at the hospital dedicated to him and all this like stuff you remember off the top of your head. Um,
right.
it would be, I think I would love to hear more stuff that you plan to memorialize about him if you have
Okay.
any plans.
Right now, like I said, that Jamaica trip is gonna some fresh air. Um, we have tons of pictures us growing up, being in Queens together, sleeping in the same bed, all of us. I'm gonna work on that. I guess that could be a goal for me. I
Sure.
could work on.
Sure.
Um, just more, like I said, after I close this semester out, cause work went straight from work straight into another semester.
Mm-hmm.
So I really haven't, like, I take a lot of me time, but I really haven't had the time to like sit down and just breathe for a minute since I went to Carousel. And I think August, that's my month to like really breathe because like I went to Carousel, had a beautiful time, but and it was amazing. Like my room, the view, the sun bouncing off of the water. But then it was like straight back to work and life. And so August after I reset is gonna be my time to like maybe focus on memorializing him a little more.
Mm-hmm. And we do have just under 10 minutes left of our session, but how about we use that time to perhaps reflect and memorialize? Um, Tell me about time growing up with him. Tell me about something that happened.
My grandmother, God rest her soul, she made it to like 97, I believe it was. Actually, he died before her.
Hmm.
She died because she was, old. She raised her kids and stuff. So I remember a time when we had just got here, just being very young and us going to Coney Island. Like we have that picture and with all of us in the picture. So that was the time like um that I just remember the whole family being together before we moved out. This one had kids, that one, and when it was just us. So that was a time. Another time is like I said, I needed something from Costco's, and he went above and beyond. He bought me diapers, this, that, third, and then here he comes, and I'm like, dude, you don't even have kids, and here you are buying all, for my newborn son.
Hmm.
And he did a lot for my daughter too. He just did a lot for us.
I think
I
that
remember
those
a
are,
barbecue we
yeah.
had when he moved to Long Island in Roosevelt. We
Mm.
had a big barbecue. It started off with 5 people, then it turned into like 50 people.
All right.
Yeah.
Those sound wonderful. I think those are things that we do want to memorialize and reflect on, journal,
Hmm.
um, alongside the Jamaica trip. And I really do hope that you have that time to breathe and be you and celebrate everything that you want to celebrate. Uh,
Thank you.
yeah, I know it's been a long, like long past few months, or
Yeah.
between school and work, and school and work, and, and work and school.
Yeah. Doctors, because I gotta stay up to date with my doctor's appointments.
Hmm.
I'm married to my gynecologist for the next 5 years.
Okay. Well, sometimes that's how we keep our freedom. Um, so while we have just a couple more minutes left, is there anything that you would like to discuss? Um, anything that you might have in mind for the next couple of minutes?
No, you could tell me what you have in mind.
Well, I think since you're inviting me, I think that starting with the Coney Island story, um, and talking about like the Costco trip, I think those are wonderful stories to memorialize because those seem like prime brother material that has his values and his love and his care in them. And you've mentioned them so many times, I'm sure that they will come very easy to you. And those are stories that we can continue to pass on to people that we meet, children, grandchildren, it goes on. I think those are wonderful stories to have in your heart.
hmm I do. I pass them on to my son and my daughter. She remembers him. She misses him a lot. My son was a baby, but I tell him the stories and he sees the pictures. So
Mhm. So is your daughter the older one of the two of them?
yeah, she's
Okay.
28.
Okay.
Yeah, she graduated from college. She's doing her own thing.
All
She's
right.
out in the world.
It's wonderful. Thank you for talking with me today. I appreciate the vulnerability,
Thank
um,
you.
especially hearing your story with breast cancer. That was very, very vulnerable of you. And I'm so glad that you're in a great space to be like, I'm done with that. I own it. And hearing
Yeah.
that you were an advocate and a leader, that your school now has a walk dedicated for this. It's wonderful. And I hope you continue being this loving and kind person and keep sharing that love. Um,
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.
of course, of
Thank
course.
you for creating a vulnerable space, because we don't just share anything with anybody. So thank you very much. This went well.
Thank you. It's something I do love hearing. So if you would be open to further counseling, I'm happy to oblige.
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Kathy, and I will see you next time.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.